Just thank you guys for being here. Happy holidays to you, and I know that these are off times and for a lot of people, so really appreciate you being here to cover our team. Also, just a shout out to Baron Davis's company, who is a sponsor tonight, which is why I have this sweater on, and just what he's done as an entrepreneur, as an example, but also his support of our program and UCLA athletics means a lot in Black Santa and his You Wish Foundation, and so just really want to say thank you to our sponsor for tonight's game. We had some good moments. I thought these two really started out well and anchored us in the first few minutes of the game. I thought they were really solid. May have been the lowest stance I've seen from both of them to start out the game, and that's been something they've been focusing on. I don't say that really in jest. That's important. The thing that is our Achilles heel right now that we need to change is two things. One is how we move the ball and take care of the ball, and two, how we sustained disciplined things under our control. We just didn't stay focused on what our game plan was tonight and how we needed to play, and I don't care that Lauren wasn't in the lineup. We have so many weapons. We still have a responsibility to play to our identity, and ultimately that's my job, is to get us in a better position to do that. I just told them in the locker room, look, we need to become more disciplined now. And if you don't, you're going to either have the pain and discomfort of what it takes to become disciplined, or you're going to choose the pain and discomfort that comes with regret. And that's the choice before us right now.
Coach, on the injury front, obviously Lauren was out, but also I noticed Tamia didn't play last game, and then she kind of went to the locker room early. Were those related?
No. Yeah, two different things. We just have had some, illnesses sort of running through the team towards the end of final exams, and, Tamia's been on the receiving end of that, and so she's coming back. Lauren's not in a serious situation, so we're hoping to get her back very soon, but they're not related at all. I do want to make this point, though, and I get myself in trouble with this, but when a team of our size, and I talked to the refs tonight about this, and they were very receptive, but teams that are smaller than us, I get it, we have a huge advantage. What cannot be allowed is taking our players out at the legs. And we've had injury after injury this year because people say, well, I can't beat them this way, so I'm just going to, and that's the reason that Lauren Betts is out today, is because of a play that happened just like that, and she's not the only one where it's happened this year. And I really need our officials to lock into that. And we can't feel sorry for the other team because they're at a disadvantage. We need to have solid play so that everybody stays healthy.
Hi, Coach. My name is Ty Soria. I'm with Mustang News at Cal Poly.
Oh,
This is
cool.
my first time at UCLA.
Awesome. Welcome.
My only question for you is, what do you think of the Cal Poly squad?
Yeah, I think that credit to them. I actually think they do a really good job. I thought they hustled the whole time. I thought they were the more scrappy team tonight, and I've been challenging our team to take pride in being the gritty team, not the pretty team. And, I have to give Cal Poly a lot of credit. I love the stuff that they run. They cause us to have a lot of switches, a lot of communication on the defensive end, and I have a lot of respect for their coaching staff. One of the things that I really love about their staff is their global view of growing the game. And we were talking before about how we're both so passionate about growing this game of women's basketball, and I definitely consider their staff a partner in that.
Thank you, Coach.
Cori, just going back to what you addressed earlier, do you think the size advantage will even out more when you enter conference play?
I hope so. I mean, obviously, we've played better, actually, against teams that we've matched up with equal size, the Louisvilles of the world, or, obviously South Carolina and those kinds of teams. But yes, I mean, I think that Creighton will spread us out a lot. We obviously, they have our attention because of the NCAA tournament last year. But I do think once we get into play with Michigan and Nebraska to start out Big Ten play right after the holidays, I do think that will hopefully nullify itself. But, there's going to be other teams that aren't as big as us. Few teams are.
And then, just for you and the players, you had an awfully long road trip. How'd it feel playing at home as the top-ranked team for the first time?
I didn't even realize that was the first time. All I care about right now is, do we have top-ranked habits? Are we growing? Do we have a sense of, I want to get better every day, an urgency, a purpose in that? And, the biggest thing for me is it allows us to grow our program and the notoriety and have more people know what we already knew about ourselves. So I'm really thankful for the fans that came out tonight. But I don't care about being number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 500. I want us to have an unquenchable thirst to meet our potential. We are obviously incredibly talented, and we talk about all the time that is our floor. And how much can we care about our character and our discipline, because that will create our ceiling.
Coach, with Lauren being out tonight, what does today's performance kind of say about the depth that you guys have?
Well, we knew we were really a deep team, and I have so much confidence in these two right here. I think they are elite forwards in the country, in the world, actually. I mean, Angela's already proved that. And they are all growing. I just didn't think we played. Yes, we always want Lauren to be able to play. She's a dominant player, but I have so much confidence in everybody else on our roster. And so I expect elite skill and teamwork and discipline from whether we have Lauren or not. And I do. I think our team is so deep, so versatile, and I believe so much in who they are and the skill sets that they bring.
And you mentioned this a little bit earlier with the discipline comment.
They're way more exciting than me, so but go ahead. What
well, this question is actually kind of for all you guys,
Mm-hmm.
but what was I going to say?
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. That's my fault.
That's okay. So towards the end of the first quarter, kind of early in the second quarter, you guys were a little bit out of sync, especially offensively. What was the reason for that, and how were you guys kind of able to overcome that and kind of keep your composure?
You can answer that. I don't remember.
Yeah, you got that.
Well, I think that we lose purpose in what we're doing. I think we are so talented, we have so many options, but sometimes we got to narrow the scope. We don't need to be good at everything all the time. And we come in we've had very good starts all year long. And I think that we lose track on what are we trying to accomplish together. And, and what is that when you have different lineups in, what strengths come to bear? And I don't think we're very good yet at maintaining a focus of what we're trying to accomplish together. And once we get that back, we're pretty darn good. But we lose track of that, and that's what you saw at the end of the first, beginning of the second.
JB, back-to-back double-doubles. Also, some nice hustle plays on there. I noticed you were getting on the floor a lot. How do you mentally prepare for that? Is it something that you enjoy doing, or is it something you're like, I gotta hustle, set the precedent for the team here? You had 3 steals, 3 blocks.
Just go out there and be a dog. That's what they asked me to do. That's what I'm here for. Like when I was in the portal and figuring out, they was like, we want you to be here for defense and be a dog. We need somebody on the team that's going to do the hard things, and I have fun doing those things. Coming from Texas A&M, we're a defensive school, so it's like, in a way, I've been bringing the SEC to the Big Ten. So it's been fun doing that, and my teammates love when I do it. My coaches tell me to do it, so it's nothing. It's a regular day for me.
And how did it feel to get the start tonight and get off to that hot start they alluded to?
Hey, man, we got how many people on the team?
13 people.
We got 13 starters, for real. So I don't care about starting, but it's a blessing to be out there with my team, not having to sub in, be out there the first time. But, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I do want to give her a shout out. She says, a lot of people say I don't care about starting. She really means it. She wants to do whatever it takes to help our team win, and I think, and she has been consistent with that. I've gone to her a few times about, hey, these are things, and this is what I want you to. She goes, I don't care about starting, Coach. I want to get better. I want to help us win. I want to grow, and I really want to give her credit for that, choosing that kind of attitude. With as talented as she is, that she's chosen to join a bunch of other talented players and choose to fit into that team concept. That's not an easy choice to make, and she's been very good at it.
Appreciate that, Coach.
Angela, you're fresh off a career high performance against Long Beach State. How did that build confidence heading into today's game?
I think it's just the extra work that I've been doing. I think it goes with all my teammates. Cori complimented us today about how each one of us comes in earlier, stays in late to do some extra work. So I've been doing that consistently on my end with some of the assistant coaches, and then just working on what I need to work on. And for me, because I'm so versatile, I can shoot threes, I can post up, I can hit the mid-range. So I've been just trying to work on whatever I can help, or whatever I can do to help the team. And then it's also defensively as well. I think that's been a big focus for me, is moving my feet. So I'm still working on it, but yeah.
I thought she was very good at that. And you read her stat line here: 5 for 8, 2 for 3 from the three-point line, 8 rebounds, 12 points, 3 assists, 3 steals, and her plus minus is 21. So it's pretty plus 21. I'm very hard on Angela, but that's pretty darn good. That's very solid. And people talk a lot about our other shooters. Her consistency from the three-point line has been really, really good, and and she's really earned that. And I have a ton of confidence. Now, I held them back in the second half. I was making them pass the ball 5 times or have the ball touch the paint before they can do that, because I just thought we needed to work on our decision making and our ball movement. But in games where she's on balance and open, I want her to feel like she's earned the green light, and she's done a great job.
And you're in your grad year, 4th year, or technically your 5th year at UCLA. How's
Super
it feel
senior.
How does it feel to keep on getting better as you age?
As I age, oh my God.
Wow. Yes, I love it. As she ages.
As your
I'm
career
about to turn
progresses.
23. No, it's fun. It's so fun because I get to see the freshmen come in, and they're just so wide-eyed and everything that they do. So I'm just trying to do everything I can, because this might be my last year. So I want to make a lot of memories, do whatever I can just to enjoy the moment and actually be in the moment and not let time pass by.
And then, Coach, you preach on the depth of your roster. Said there's 13 starters. How does that feel to have so much depth and so much talent on your roster?
Really good and really hard all at the same time. It obviously, it's a long season, and you have, injury situations or foul trouble, and we just are so, we don't get hampered by some of those things where that could lead to an L for other teams, where for us, we've a next woman up mentality, and we really have the talent to back that up. And if I'm being really candid with you, it's hard because they're a competitive group, and they all want more playing time. They all want, different things. And so, I'm really being challenged to be a really good communicator about expectations and try to reward the right things, and also foster just a selfless culture that nobody at the end of the year is going to care who started the most amount of games. And no one's going to care. And it's going to be, how did you handle your contributing minutes? Who's in at the end of the game? Where did we go as a team? Nobody, I've been around championship programs for a long time, and nobody ever talks about that down the road. And so we just need to continue to foster a really selfless culture that together, it sounds cheesy, but together we all achieve more, right? And you can accomplish great things when no one cares who gets the credit.
Thank you, Coach.
Hi, Coach. I'm Jack Haslett from the Sporting Tribune. You mentioned ball movement kind of earlier in your opening statement. What have you seen so far that you've liked passing-wise from the team, and what would you like to see more of and change in the future?
I'd love to see our assist-to-turnover ratio. I'd like to see us, especially early in games, move the ball much more off the pass and less off the bounce. I think we're going to be more, we have a lot of kids who can score off the bounce, but it's going to be way more efficient and effective when we've shifted the defense from side to side and made them have to guard more actions, and then we attack on straight line drives. I thought we made really poor decisions off the bounce in that way, but we just need to become a team. We can stretch people now, and we haven't had that here as in past years. And so now we need to take advantage of that spacing and move the ball to make them extend the defense, and then not only the passing lanes are better, but the driving lanes are too. And so I'd like us to be under 12 turnovers every game, and I'd like us to be at least a 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. But I like it when we're in the 20 assist range and when we're doing things teamwork plays. It was our lowest play in terms of passion plays, and that concerns me because it means we were playing individually far too often and less as a team to create easier shots for each other.
So real quick, you guys kind of wrapped up the first part of the season with your home non-conference schedule. Sorry, keep forgetting.
You're good.
What have you guys learned about yourselves and about yourselves as a team through this first part of the season?
Yeah, you two answer that.
I think it's just a day-by-day thing. Before the season started, we knew we had a lot of people, and everyone's been saying like, "Oh, that's going to be harder to integrate people." But I think we've done a tremendous job of that from the coaches being like really good role models, as well as the people who have been here, and also the new people to come in and be really coachable. That's not an easy thing to do, especially coming from different programs or coming in as a freshman. So I think that's a big thing, and just everyone having a goal, like the same goal, and that's what we're striving for at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think everybody's just been excited to win. I think we all have the same goal of want to win a championship, and we know it takes whatever it takes to do that. And I think another thing that I love to see that I didn't get to see at my old school was just how much we put in work and how much we really want to get better and how evident it is. It's not talk, it's really just it's do. So it's really good to see that, and it's really good to be a part of something like that. So when you're a part of a team that all they do is work, it just makes everybody else on the team want to work too. So I think we've learned that we want it. We just have to continue to be disciplined, and we have to continue to listen to the coaches and trust the process and know that it's not going to be easy, and continue to be our best selves every day.
I have to tell you a quick story about that. When we always do individual work after practice, and several of them choose to do it before as well. But one time, JB says, "Coach, come here." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Is it like this every day?" And she just couldn't believe that how everyone was putting in intentional hard work after. And it was like, yeah, this is what I came to do. And so it was pretty fun to see that work ethic.
Definitely.
For Cori and also for the players, how do you feel about this upcoming 4-game stretch? I mean, Creighton, kind of a tournament rematch, and then you get into the thick of the Big Ten with not an easy start with Nebraska, Michigan, and the trip to Indiana.
Yeah, I think that, we got 4 in a row right now that are going to test us every time. You better be prepared. You better have a focus together. And we always talk about that the tougher, more together team wins. And, what is it going to look like to do that game by game? And so I think we're going to learn a lot about ourselves because there's no margin. Right now, it doesn't hurt that bad when we gave away possessions. In these next 4 games, it's going to hurt really bad if you give away possessions. And so how attentive to detail can we be in our preparation? We always talk about, how we played so well against South Carolina that success leaves clues, and that it begins before it begins. And so how do we prepare in such a way that sets us up for success? Our confidence was so high because we had prepared so well. And I actually thought we prepared really well yesterday. We only had a 1-day turnaround, and it was right after. So I actually really compliment our team for how we prepared for this game. I don't think that was an issue for us, but I think we're going to have to go to another level for this next 4-game stand. I mean, all 4 of those teams are really quality opponents, and it's good. It's going to bring and refine new things in us, or we'll lose.
I think for us, we have to realize that, I feel like South Carolina, we were hunting, and now we're being hunted, and at the same time, we have to change our perspective and realize we're still hunting everybody, so that we don't relax, we don't think it's easy. It just comes with preparation, like Coach Cori really said. The details and the thick of it. It's really just how we prepare, how locked in we are about everything, and it can't be any slip-ups. Like she said, margin of error is so small. We just have, in a way, we have to be perfect, and it's not going to be perfect because you never know how basketball is really going to go, right? But for us, we have to be very intentional in everything that we do.
Yeah, basically what she said. I think it's going to be fun for us to play some tournament games. These are all NCAA tournament teams. So, and I think it's for us, like, we invite this. Like, as she said, like, we're being hunted, but we're still the ones hunting, and we want them to bring their best towards us, because at the end of the day, we're all getting better, and we just have to become a team and win.
For me, Nebraska's a rematch. I'm super excited to play them.
Anything else?
Yeah, really happy holidays to everybody. And again, I really appreciate you being here, and we need you to continue to grow our team and our sport. So thank you.
Period.